Few quick thoughts on YouTube's decision to get rid of video responses. I guess the first thought is they were never really implemented very well in the first place, in that those who were trying to spam their videos in order to get them on the most popular videos of the day that would set their video responses to anyone can respond and I don't have to accept it. Those people would fight for the top two positions. And once you use a video, you can't use it on the same video and up your place in the queue. So basically, people were being pushed out of being on that front page as a video response. Now, nobody clicked the see all responses button. Almost nobody. And if you see two responses that have nothing to do with the video, then you're not going to click on that to see what other responses have nothing to do with the video. And users that I watch somewhat frequently that had this problem would be Thunderfoot and Sexy Phil. They would just leave their videos open for all video responses whatsoever, and it was like a fight between all the view whores to see who could maintain those top two positions on all of their videos. So yeah, it needed fixing, and in my opinion, the thumbnails that they were using, just the two thumbnails spread out like that, was a waste of space. I mean, they could have fit so much more in the space on the video page itself in order to show how many video responses there were, and maybe let the up thumbs on the responses dictate whose responses were higher on the video page that they were responses to. Something like that, because, it was broken for larger users. Now, for smaller users, it seemed to be working just fucking fine. Anybody who's getting less than 100 views on a video, if they get a video response, it's normally on topic. And who cares if it has a 0.004% click-through rate. That click-through rate is very skewed in that some people don't even scroll down the page to see those video responses, and most of those video responses that aren't getting clicked on are on videos that have millions of views, and those video responses are buried under like 100 other responses. That's why they're not getting clicked on. If you want to count each of those videos as a non-click on a video that has millions of views, then, people at most were only going to click on maybe 3 responses. So, yeah, the 4 out of every million users who sees a video response clicks on it is bullshit, really. Because if you look at videos that have less than 100 views and have 1 video response on it, I'm pretty sure that the view rate is at least 1 in 100. Because the person who made the original video is probably watching the response. So, yeah. Fuck you, YouTube, for just looking at the bottom line. So, something that other people haven't talked about in the community that I'm in is how this is going to change the face of some of the things that we're already doing. The first thing that it's going to change the face of, and this applies somewhat to the commentary community as well as the great debate community, video responses that are part of the meme known as tagging. Like you tag 3 people at the end of the video and they have to do a response to you, and then they tag 3 people and all that. Well, how's it going to affect that when video responses are gone and those people just have to leave comments, and their comments can get buried by other people's comments, and their comments can get flagged as spam and, be unviewable, you know? The next thing that came to mind in my neck of YouTube would be something like the Ponage Olympics, where a whole bunch of video responses are asked for on the same video. Now, I know that the Ponage Olympics didn't happen this past year, but if you look at previous years, the same video asking for video responses to it would have had like thousands of comments beneath it. Right? So if it only had 100 video responses, and they're going to change the system so that you have to leave a link to your video in a comment, now we're basically mixing in all of the video responses into a whole bunch of chatter that you have to sift through. And it's not just the Ponage Olympics in particular, it's anything that works like that. Like Evogen videos did a call out for videos about Libertarian Realist 2 and the egg smashing it on his head, and please do parodies about that. Anything of the sort where you're asking for a whole bunch of video responses from your audience on a particular topic as part of a contest where you're going to get 50 or so entries to the contest is going to now have to deal with being cluttered with all the rest of the chat. And people will be able to push people's video responses off of a video just by chattering too much, and they'll be able to kill people's click-through rate that way. What's the click-through rate going to look like when you have to click through 10 pages to get to that video response in a comment? So the last example of how this is going to affect the communities that I'm in on YouTube would be something like the Blasphemy Challenge. It's iconic, really. I mean, it was a moment in YouTube history where thousands of people responded to the same thing, and all of those videos are pretty much on topic. If you look up the Blasphemy Challenge, the original video, look at all the responses. And the only other thing like in that category that I can think of that affected me in my YouTube career would have been Mad V's call out for a whole bunch of people to talk about what was important to them in their lives, and people writing things on their hands and stuff. But yeah, there are some iconic videos out there that are iconic because of the way the video response system worked. Now we're going to take something that could be as great as that and fuck it up, because of a perceived low click-through rate. Well, it's at least a click-through rate that exists, even if you want to say it's 4 out of every million, it's 4 out of every million instead of 0, period. And how many millions of views happen on YouTube every fucking day? It is a numbers game, and those views that are happening to those videos that really reflect the community aspect of YouTube rather than the let's make a brainless video that's going to make millions of hits and nobody's really going to engage beyond maybe commenting and not reading everyone else's comments and just leaving an LOL. So, yeah. everybody, go back to your tag videos and get ready to edit so that you can annotate in all of the responses that are going to be removed from your tag videos. You know, that connection is gone.